Hello everyone, welcome back to the Empowera podcast. It is June 19th, currently 9:45 here in sunny Denver, Colorado. If you're new here, what is the Empowera podcast? It's a podcast run by healthcare professionals for healthcare professionals with an overall goal of raising transparency and awareness within the healthcare field. Right now, our current goal as of July 11th is to have 3 things accomplished. And there's already been outreach made to the governor, lieutenant governor, and beyond here in the state of Colorado. And that is first, per quarter, the granting of a minimum of 2 wellness days that are financially backed by employers for all healthcare professionals. This is all the way from environmental to doctor. The second is the establishment of a retaliation department that is run by a third party that is there for any comments or concerns that any employee may have. Then the third is the uploading of funds into an HSA account for each healthcare professional per quarter. The minimum proposed so far by an anonymous source has been $2,000, and their overall reason was so that the single parent who is in whatever part of whatever occupation here in the healthcare field does not have to choose between diapers and food. Right now, I'm currently broadcasting to you all from Denver, Colorado. There is currently a psychedelic science conference happening right now at the Colorado Convention Center. I'd like to also start off by letting anybody know registration for this began back in, I believe, January or February of this year. In addition, did not know this until today, showed up, and the first 2 days there are workshops that are going on that are they all had required you to register before, and you do have to pay for them. Actually, on my way in when I was there, I got stopped by a representative. His name was Brian. And Brian had informed me, even though I have the scholarship program, that these conferences are separate and that the overall conference actually starts on Wednesday. So there are 2 days of workshops and then the conference starts, just so everybody knows. I've also been on Twitter and tweeted about this to the overall organization. The handle is Psychedelic Psy, so that's the word psychedelic, and then Sierra Charlie India, and that should pop up. Definitely, it's an exciting event. There's from people all over the world. I actually ran into an individual who was from Mexico. She made her way all the way up here to Denver to be able to attend. And it turns out she was in the same boat that I was in. And that boat was that she showed up early. And it turns out, also did not know this, if you did register for the conference, from what I'm getting, they're recording all of the workshops. So you will be able to access these after as well, which I appreciate that. Psychedelic Science Conference, appreciate that totally. Definitely. In regards to this, guys, wellness-wise, what does this have to do with the Empowera podcast and wellness? Well, believe it or not, throughout the world, at least from what I've seen too as a registered nurse, there's a bunch having to do with pharmaceuticals. And there's been talk after talk, and I'm sure even as you're listening to this, there's something you could probably even say about that. So, what the overall goal is of attending this is to really see what's going on in science. Science rules. Thanks, Bill Nye. It's true. I really think. I mean, the overall thing that gets me is that here in the state of Colorado, it's one of the first states, it is the first state to decriminalize psilocybin. It's currently already being used for not only research, but also therapy. I ran into another gentleman just waiting in line. His name was Steve. Steve is a clinical psychologist. Steve had informed me that he has a colleague who just got approval in California to administer ketamine therapy to over 3,000 individuals. This is in the state of California, everybody. I mean, wow. I've even noticed a distinction, mainly being from the Midwest, that with the clarity of thought, and I'm not here to tell anybody how to think or whatnot, it's not my overall goal. I'm not here for nursing advice, I'm not here for medical advice, I'm not here for financial advice, but the overall ability to learn, I feel, may be blocked by an overall taboo towards these substances that had existed for, 5,000 some years. I mean, you can look at the use of psilocybin and magic mushrooms. They date back way before even I can even contemplate. Definitely something to look into. Other interesting part is about these substances is, and it's something I've even learned from prior research, is you can grow them all at home. You can literally grow your medicine at home if approved by a provider according and following all federal, state, and local laws. In accordance with that, if you get your certificate or whatever that overall approval is from a medical professional to be able to participate in said therapy, you get to do this all at home. Back to Steve. Steve told me his colleague that had over 3,000 people, that practitioner, they legitimately send the ketamine to the individual's house. I'm walking around the city of downtown Denver, so everybody knows. But yes, so they could self-administer. Practitioner is aware. Contact line, I don't doubt would be established. I'm getting this overall thought, and I'd love to give you more updates throughout the week. This is just really a teaser. Love you all very much. Hope you're enjoying the show. And also, if you have any feedback too, there's that Empowera email. That's the word empower, then the letter A, then the number 1 at proton.me. All right, and I'm looking up your guys' empowering quote right now, as I love it. So it's by Unknown, and it is, liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Again, liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Guess we got plants all going around here in Denver right now, at least talks of them, for sure. Thank you all for joining me here for the Empowera podcast. Stay tuned for the rest of the week and applying for and seeing what can potentially come out of the Psychedelic Science Conference. Thank you. Bye for now.